Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today, we'll be taking a look at this Samsung electric freestanding range. We'll show you how to remove and replace your broil element. To begin this repair, we must first access the back of the unit. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. The tools you will need to complete this repair is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a tack puller, and a voltmeter. Now that we are at the back of the unit, we'll remove the back panel. We'll go around the perimeter, remove all the Phillips screws that hold it on. Now that the screws are removed, to take off the back panel, be very careful because the edges are extremely sharp. You'll have to pull out on the bottom, lift up, and slide it out, then set it aside. Now, with your back panel removed, we have clear access to our broil element. Some of the reasons you'll be replacing a broil element is if your unit is not heating, you could have seen your element catch on fire or spark, or getting an extremely bad smell whenever you use bake or broil. The first thing I would do is make sure your unit is unplugged. Next, remove the spade terminals that are connecting to your broil element. Now at this point, I would pull the wiring aside and use your meter to stick in here. Put your control board on broil and make sure you have 240 volts feeding to the element. As long as this is okay, we can test out our broil element. Set your meter on ohms. I like to use an audible tone so that when I put my meter leads to it, you should hear a sound showing that it's good. Now a typical element should read anywhere from 10 to 50 ohms. So let's go ahead and hook it up, see what we got. It does have an audible tone and it is reading 13 ohms. So this element is testing out okay. To replace the broil element, disconnect your temp sensor Molex, and now we'll go around to the front of the unit. Now that we're back to the front of the unit, first we'll need to remove the door, open it all the way, use either a tack puller or a small flat blade screwdriver, push down on these tabs. After you get them all the way down, move the door to where it stops. Next, grab it, bend in, and pull out. Next, we'll remove the racks. Just slide out and pull up and out, and set them aside. Remove your temp sensor by removing the one Phillips screw that is holding it in. Next, gently pull out on your temp sensor. You might have to give it a little bit of wiggle. Sometimes the connections can get stuck in the back, but you do not want to break the wiring, and set it aside. With our temp sensor removed, there are 2 more Phillips screws that are holding on the broil element in the back. Now there are 2 screws in the top that are holding on the broil element, also Phillips. Hold on to your element to remove the second screw. Gently pull out on your element. You might have to give it a wiggle in order to get past the insulation, and set it aside. To install your broil element, slide in your terminals, give it a little bit of a wiggle to get past the insulation, Next, install your first top screw. Leave it somewhat loose so that you can adjust the mounting plate. Once you get the second screw in there tight, you can go back to the first one and tighten it. Reinstall the screws on the back plate. Next, we can put back in our temp sensor. First, put your finger in the notch there just to open up the insulation so that your Molex can slide back in. Tilt it to the side and feed it in. Next, hold on to your temp sensor, reinstall the screw that holds it. Now we can reinstall the racks and door. When putting your racks back in, put them in at a tilt and then slide it in. Same with the other one. Next, install your door. Slide the hinges in the slotted area. It will go in a certain way. You'll have to do them kind of at an angle until they catch. There's a rod inside of it. But once they're at that spot, you'll be able to open it. Push back in on the locks. Now we can go around to the back of the unit. With your element installed, reconnect your spade terminals. Reconnect your temp sensor Molex. Slide the wires to the back, and now we'll replace your back cover. To install your back panel, first you need to guide the sides into the slotted area. Let it drop down freely. Next, go around the perimeter and replace your Phillips screws that hold it on. And this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.